Hi everyone, these are squeezy boxes. They might be in your pack flat like this. You just need to make them into a little square, and this is how we use them. If you're just working with one-digit numbers, the children can say the numbers, or they can say how many more to 10. So for example, this one is 7, how many more to 10? You can say the number before 7, the number after 7. If you're wanting to go into two-digit numbers, you can either add them together or you can just squeeze them together like this. Then you can say, read the two-digit number, or how many more to the next tidy number. A tidy number ends in 0. You can add the two numbers together, or you can multiply the two numbers together. So you can extend your children from saying the number or multiplying the number together. You can also say what's the number before this, what's the number after this. You can extend that again by doing three-digit numbers and squeeze the second one together into four-digit numbers. That's a squeezy box. They're very versatile. In your pack is also a tape measure and a ruler. These can be used for measuring, but also for adding. And number ID, forwards and backwards. But we can also do some skip counting. So they can skip count in twos. 2, 4, 6. They can start at a different number, adding from 11 instead of 1 all the time. They can go backwards from 30, counting backwards. On the small side, you'll see that there are 10 lines in between each whole number. That's where our decimal numbers come into play. So you could have your older children looking for 47 and 6/10 and find it on the measure. The same thing can happen with the ruler. It's in centimetres and it's in millimetres. Some children don't know that you start ruling from the 0 rather than the edge on the ruler, so you could talk to them about that. You could talk to them about how long something is at home, the height of something, the width of something, and the length of something. Okay, so in the pack are some dice. You can use these to help your children understand place value. So if you have one dice, you can roll it and it will be in the ones column. By adding more dice, you get the numbers into the tens column. It can be 52 or 25. And you can carry on like that, making sure that you can say to the children, using place value language, you can say how many tens, which is 5, how many ones, 2. So 52 has 5 tens and 2 ones. By adding more dice, you just go up in the numbers into thousands and hundreds. We can do 2,453, or we can do 4,253, or we can do 5,423. So there's lots of use of dice in terms of place value language. We've also got some counters in the bag. That helps with early algebra and pattern identification. So what you can do is lay out a pattern in front of your children and say what colours come next. Can you carry on the pattern? So for this one it's 2 green, 2 blue, 2 green, so the next will be 2 blue. And then you can say, well, what comes next? 2 green. Here's another pattern. Red, yellow, purple, red, yellow, purple. What comes next? Red, yellow, purple. So patterns like this are really important for early algebra, especially for those year 1 and 2 children. Cards are so handy, not just for playing poker, but also for helping with adding. So initially we want children to learn their basic facts to 5, and then to 10, and then to 100. So what we can do is 3 plus 2 is 5, 1 plus 4 is 5. We can say 2 plus how many is 5? 4 plus how many is 5? Once they've got those basic facts to 10, then we go into basic facts to 5, then we go into adding to 10. So 4 plus 6 is 10, 5 plus what is 10, 7 plus 3 is 10, and it's just reinforcing the whole time. Once we've got those ones sorted, we can go into doubles. 10 plus 10 is what? 9 plus 9 is what? 7 plus 7 is what? So we're going from adding to 5, adding to 10, learning our doubles, and then once we've all secured those, we can go into multiplication. 6 times 4, 3 times 3, 2 times 5. Such a handy set to have. They're in your pack. A calculator is also in your pack. These are really handy for reading numbers. So what you can do is punch a number into the calculator, say 45. The children have to say what number's in the ones column and what number's in the tens column. Then what you can do is investigate what happens when you multiply it by 10, 100 or 1,000. So multiply it by 10. What happens to the number? If you start again at 45 and multiply it by 100, what happens to the number? Hopefully your children will start to see patterns from 45 to 450 to 4,500. You can also use this for reading numbers before and after, or place value reading. So you could punch in any old number, 5426, and then get the children to use place value language. So that would be 4,200, no, it would be 5,426. The site we're going to visit today is NZ Maths. This site has a huge amount of resources that you can use at home on their page. Where you go is, if you find this Families and Whanau page over here, I'll just take you through some of the tabs they've got. So learning at home is a whole lot of planning that you can use if you're in isolation with your students. Some of it's online, but there's some really good offline resources too. So if we just click into there, you'll see the year levels. So you can do number, knowledge and geometry for year 1. And it has day 1, day 2 and so forth. If we go up to day 1, it has some number ideas and then a geometry hide and seek for you. Each day is planned for you. If we go back and look at the offline resources, again each day is planned for you. So year 2, number 1, and there's some ideas that you can use at home if you have not got a device, so you can pre-plan all of this. Moving on, go back to Families and Whanau. Supporting school maths. It has a video of how you can support your children at home. It has some number facts games and some task sheets. It's some problem solving task sheets that you can use. Maths at Our House. cooking, going out, reading, playing games, shopping, gardening, all those sort of things that children can be involved in at home that involves maths, because maths is everywhere. In the maths kit, you're going to find the activities that I've just taken you through. So you've got dice, you've got paper and scissors, you've got tape measures, you've got playing cards, you've got some calculator, you've got some counters which you can use as part of that pattern program. These are all the things that I've just taken you through on the other videos. Frequently asked questions. So this is your page for you to support your kids at home. It's just on NZ Maths under Families and Whanau.